easiest World Series wins since 2016. Mike, this game looked like it was going all the way in Toronto's favor when it was 3-0, but we know that was way too early to consider the Dodgers as being out of this.
Yeah, the Dodgers just chipped away piece by piece by piece all game long. They didn't score. I mean, Toronto didn't take advantage of some plays that they could have scored on all game long, and the Dodgers came back and they hit some home runs. They got back in the game and they eventually won it. A game of attrition, man. They just wore them down.
Yeah, and the one thing is, I was telling Mike, once I started seeing the Dodgers chip away, I was like, that's a bad sign for Toronto, because all their runs came basically in 2 innings. But when they got that insurance run, and went up 4-2, I know they had that breathing room. But with the Dodgers' pedigree and the way they're able to battle back, we all knew that this game was far from being over.
It's never over. I mean, they battled back. Muncy hits a home run. Hawks comes out of the middle of nowhere in the bottom of the ninth, or top of the ninth, and ties it up. And, Will Smith is an unlikely hero. But the hero of this game is clearly, the last 2 games, probably the series, is Yamamoto. I mean, what an incredible pitcher that he is and has become. 2 years in now, he's just dominating, and it's just... He deserves World Series MVP. I don't know who got it, but Ohtani played a great World Series, but who had the most impact was Yamamoto.
Yeah, imagine being only 2 seasons in and already being a World Series champ 2 times in a row. You're talking about pitching back to back. He went 6 innings last night, right?
Right.
Turns around and gets 3 right now.
And he wins both games.
Wow, amazing. Now here's where I believe the Toronto Blue Jays absolutely screwed up the whole game. The management absolutely screwed up the game for them. When you're at the bottom of the ninth and you have bases loaded and you only have 1 out, what should you do, Mike?
Oh, I think you should do a suicide squeeze in that one.
You got to, and just take the game home. It was already close enough on a hit that got thrown out at home plate. And you saw how close that was. If it was a suicide squeeze, no way anybody gets to it in time, especially with the batter running on contact. So that's where they lost the game. But then when they had another chance, being down 4-3, you got a man on first and third. Mike, what did I say they should have done at that point? Steal second. You got to play small ball. You got to play quick and aggressive. Because the bottom line is, at that particular point in time, if you look at Kirk and his size and his stature, his running ability, but not only that, he's an excellent contact hitter, at least in this series he was. The double play was on the table, and I called it, didn't I? Yeah. I said, this is going to end up being a double play if they don't lay the ball down and get that run running from first to second. And I believe that's where they lost the game the second time. So this was a game for Toronto to win, but you got to give it up to great management, great ambition, drive, and will to the Los Angeles Dodgers, who's one of the greatest teams in probably the last 20 years, wouldn't you say?
Probably. You got the first repeat in the last 20 years since the Yankees, and first time in the NL since, I was like 6.
Yeah, so we're talking about more than 20 years ago.
We're talking about almost 100 years
Almost 100 years back. Imagine that. No, but the thing is, this team is built to win, and I said as long as the Dodgers are in it, and they keep paying that money to defer, the Dodgers, I'll refer.
I think they're going to repeat again next year. I think this is just a dynasty team. I know Freddie's getting old, Mookie's getting old, but they've got enough players that they can repeat 1 more year. I wish the Cubs were like this, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not. And the reality is the Dodgers are, and they have great management. Dave Roberts, what can you say about that guy?
Great manager. What is his 3rd World Series win now? And I think that's pretty good. 3rd since 2020, so that's pretty
extremely exceptional. And not only that, the one thing I love about Dave Roberts is that he's a situational manager. He understands where the pieces are on the chessboard, and that's so pivotal in the game, because you saw Toronto had a lack of that, because they should have sealed this game in the 9th and at least at minimum tied it in the bottom of the 12th.
Probably. I can't second guess the opinions in the 12th. You had Kirk, who's having a good game, 2 hits and a walk.
Okay, but what's the worst that happens? Okay, Kirk, he can hit, right? But the worst that can happen, if you have the man already running to second, you got your guy ready, Vlad, at third, and, he hits the ball, or if he lays down the bunt, worst thing that can happen is probably what?
You might get thrown out at home.
Right, which is better than what happened here.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
But,
So
I mean, it's hindsight. It's 2020. You can't go and double guess this one. The one in the ninth, that was a bad call on his part because you're tied in the ninth at that particular time. You got to make sure you get that run in to win the game. I mean, it's just simple as that.
yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. If I was manager, that's how I would have played it because that's how I was calling it. I understand where he's coming from, but this is the bottom. I mean, the 12th, Game 7, 2025 World Series. You don't get to go home as a winner unless you go out there and become one. You got to go get it. You have to be hungry, and you got to play aggressive. At that particular point, which might have been a very controversial call, I might have even switched Vlad for a pitch runner.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah,
Because if you tie the game, you need Vlad in that game.
Yeah, you possibly do. You probably do.
Look, they didn't have the shed at the end of the game, and I think that was a mistake on the Masuki's part.
I would have been super aggressive. That was an afterthought that I just came up with now. But during the heat of the moment in the game, I still have Vlad on third. I have the first base runner running for second, and I have a suicide squeeze or some type of contact or something. But the one thing I knew was 100% possible with who was up to bat. I just knew for a fact that Kirk didn't have the speed to pull it off, and it was going to be a double play. And I say anything but that would have been better. And that's just how I feel. And I'm sure if you was manager, you'd feel the same way too.
You know what? They got there. They did a good job. I'm sure Vlad's going to be upset, but I mean they'll be back. That Toronto kid's a really good team. The good news about this is pitchers and catchers report through February 15th.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround, man, but we just got done witnessing one of the best World Series that you could possibly take in. Whether you're a baseball fan or you're just a casual viewer, this was one for everybody for the ages, man. And you got to congratulate both teams because both teams are exceptional. Both teams battled. Toronto was battle-tested by playing Seattle and was able to come back, and what we just saw here showed the two championship caliber teams who were playing for everything, for all the chips on the table, and they wanted it all. But one made the right moves at the end, and the other made the right moves every possible time they possibly could in this game.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, this is the Grand Slam Report, guys. Make sure you slam that subscribe button. We do cover sports, so it doesn't end here. But we will have a recap on the Grand Slam Report. That we appreciate every one of you guys for tuning in and being a part of our family. Make sure you subscribe. And next time we pull up your YouTube feed, make sure you
get your ass in.
It's better than being asked out, baby. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace out. Beaver lost, man.
Yeah.
Yamamoto wins.